Okay, so I always wanted to make a video like this, especially around the death of Slim Shady, around when that album came out. I always wanted to make a video like this, but I didn't have enough time to do so. But after, doing a lot of research and, doing some album research and stuff like that, I finally made the whole video. I can finally make the whole video. And if you guys didn't know, Eminem was supposed to retire in 2007 with an unreleased album that a lot of people thought that it would come out. There were a lot of rumors around that would come out, but fortunately he didn't retire. And yeah, but basically I'm just gonna tell what basically happened during around that time and why he wanted to retire. Now with Eminem retiring, it was definitely sometime around 2003, right after the Eminem show and the movie 8 Mile, and after when he signed 50 Cent into making a classic album, "Give It Your Die Trying." But yeah, after the Eminem show and 8 Mile came out, Eminem basically said that he was thinking of basically just retiring, and he wanted to make his last album, his final album, to be sometime around next year, which will be Encore. But there's a lot of stories on Encore, and one of the final album was D12 World, which he was collaborating on. But yeah, basically, he wanted his last album to be Encore. His last album being Encore. Taking a bow. But some bad things happened. Leaks, first of all. We got the original songs was We As Americas, Ricky Tiki Talk, and even more songs like Monkey See Monkey Do. But yeah, a lot of the songs were actually really good, and if it was on Encore, it would definitely be a way more better album in my opinion. I'm pretty sure that's not. I'm sure that's for everyone's opinion, but unfortunately, the album's leaked, and yeah, we got a lot of what are some of Eminem's worst songs in this album, or like some of Eminem's worst songs are in this album. I don't think it's not a bad album. Like I said, it's not a bad album. I'm vocal about my Encore opinion. I have such a love and hate relationship with this album. Like I love this album, but at the same time, I just wish that so many things just could have been different, man. Especially at the time where Eminem was battling with drug abuse, which will be a major part. And after later on in this video, and yeah, a lot of things in Encore just it wasn't for me. And even Eminem thinks that himself that he doesn't really like that album too. It's probably like his least favorite album. Is like his whole entire discography. And yeah, I think that according to the song that were on this album, the more comedic songs, I can definitely agree with that too. And considering how much years he was on hiatus after Encore, and his unreleased album, but supposed to be his retirement album, King Matters, that really does beg the question: what if Eminem retired in 2007? Well, we got this video for you, and yeah, I did a lot. Like I said, I did a lot of research on this, and yeah, even just a lot of the research, like even just one view on this, which really just mean a lot to me. I really did a lot of research on this, so yeah, but yeah, basically, with Eminem, wanted to retire after Encore, but all the bad reception, he went on hiatus, and sometime around like 2005. And however, 2006, around early 2006, really bad. Things got really, really, really bad, honestly, for Eminem and his mental health. So basically, if you don't know, the group D12, Eminem was in. Proof was his best friend. Is his best friend all the way from Infinite, like from his first ever album. Best friends from Infinite. And yeah, what happened basically in 2006, Prue passed away. Yeah, he got shot, and yeah, that basically just made Eminem go toward a very downward spiral. That even some of his members around that time, Eminem can't even remember around that time. And yeah, I can definitely tell because even just looking at pictures from around 2006, 2007, and compared it from 5 years apart, they look he looks totally completely different, totally completely different person. Not even even just 1% of him looks alike. Now, as far as as the actual album K Matters, I want to say development started happened around K Matters around late 2006. Is around the development started to happen. I want to say around majority of 2006 was around the development of K Matters. So yeah, actual development on K Matters was around late 2006. and a lot of songs was recorded on that album. I actually do have the whole like King Mathers album like downloaded to my phone. Obviously, like I said, it's not the official King Mathers, so maybe some songs could be removed, maybe to a different like slot. But yeah, I basically got the whole King Mathers album on my phone downloaded on the, and yeah, a lot of the songs actually actually not a lot, some of the songs. I believe one song, "Careful What You Wish For," was actually on Relapse Refill, the other version of Relapse. But yeah, there's a lot of songs on this album, and yeah, it's just you can just tell Eminem is just tired on this album. He just sounds really just tired on this album. I don't know. It just feels like Eminem is just exhausted at this point, and I don't blame him to. This was around the time also that he overdosed and almost died from a drug overdose around 2007. So yeah, you can just really tell that Eminem was just not good around this time, and this proves on the song "Difficult." Probably, arguably, the saddest Eminem song, honestly. Yeah, I feel like the song. Don't get me wrong. Some of the songs that I would actually really got. I actually really like the track "Goat" on this album. I really do like his flow, especially on songs like "The Apple." I actually really do like his flows, and like his delivery on the album too was just like I liked it. I actually liked this delivery too. I should was pretty cool, and yeah. I also think that I feel like some of the songs on this, like I feel like some of the songs really could have been like encore, like "Ballin' Uncontrollably." I feel like that song, which just fit perfectly on encore, and it really does show how Eminem, especially like even on his unreleased albums, he's still even though at this time he was at his worst point, even though at this time he was his worst point, especially after Proof Steps, but I just feel like I just feel like this album overall is just really interesting. It's very very interesting. It's not necessarily a bad album, but it's really an interesting album to see how Eminem really was around this time, and yeah, it really is like a different album, especially from his whole entire discography. And that's why I think that his three albums, Realize, Recovery, and Revival, even Revival, even though a lot of people give slack on Revival, I still think that's very important. Um, Hold on, back guys. But yeah, even like these albums, Revival, Recovery, Recovery, and Relapse are very important for Eminem because you already know around that time he was battling a lot of bad stuff, and that album is basically with just him that like he is sober, he is completely sober since, and yeah, the fact that that he was almost retired around that time, it really just shows how how grateful we are, because especially even of rappers like Jay Z or Tupac, like even of the like retired like even or like other albums stuff like that, it would still be unfortunate because Jay Z almost retired with the Black Album, but came out with Kingdom Come, and obviously Tupac died in the shooting, but still, my point being is that even with rappers, retiring, I still think they still have a really good discography to look back on, and I still feel like that the rappers like that. I just feel like could definitely look back on their discography, at least find something good with it. Which I think that Eminem with K Masters, I just feel like he would have a good discography to look back on with his first three album run, Infinite, and even Encore, which I still think is really like a horrible album, like some people say it is. And even some songs on Eminem's discography, like Castle, Rose, Deja Vu, Going to Changes. I just feel like I said, I feel like those are the songs that are just most important to Eminem, and especially on the most important albums, like I just showed you in this video. And yeah, that's basic. I just feel like Eminem, if he retired, I still think that he would have overdosed and probably almost died with, but still, I feel like we should always be grateful, even if you don't like Eminem, even if his music is not for you, or if you don't like Eminem's music right now, you still have to be grateful. Like even you just saying like Eminem is like completely irrelevant, you should quit. Even just saying it's irrelevant is just wrong. Honestly, I just feel like it's just wrong. He done so much for for rap, and inspired a lot of good a lot of rappers in our generation and his generation too, and it really does show how influential he really is. And if he retired, and even if he retired and overdosed, still, I just feel like it's still would have been a very very bad day for hip hop. And yeah, and the reason why that I was introduced to Eminem and was because of the Marshall Mathers LP too. Maybe if he retired in 2007, maybe I would not get introduced to his music at all. And yeah, that's why I'm always grateful for him. And I'm always grateful for his music and what he did to rap. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much if Eminem retired in like 2007. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. And yeah, and, that's about it.